All right. Video number 2 on the day for us.
Yeah.
We're recording this one and the Oscar one the same day. You might not know that.
Yeah.
Because of internet video magic.
Yes. Welcome.
I'm giving up the whole thing. I'm revealing everything behind the curtain. The one only curtain. That's it. We're cheap. We can't afford multiple curtains.
Yeah,
it doesn't even cover the whole window, I'll be
honestly,
honest.
yeah.
I'll be honest. But
back again.
Mm-hmm.
Tell a friend. Here with the last of the big ones for Ava, and then next will be Gurren Lagann, since that one is the one that won the second half of the Maeca poll.
That's correct. Yes, I'm excited for those.
Beating out Code Geass by, I think, just a vote.
Yeah.
Which, is a lot, yeah.
Yeah, right. I mean, hey, it's, 5 people get votes here.
Yeah, right.
So...
Yeah. So,
well, it's 4, and then the vice president gets a vote.
Yeah, my brother.
Yeah,
because he's my usual go-to if a mech anime is good or worth watching. So
that's true.
He's an impartial judge.
Very impartial.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So we're gonna do Gurren Lagann. Those are ready to go, and we'll have a pretty good time filming them, I hope.
Mm-hmm. There's going to be a few more small Ava pieces over on Patreon. Those are going to stay exclusive.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure it's a good idea. Anything that's not in a video is just going to remain Patreon exclusive, at least for now. I don't know. Are you okay with that?
I'm fine with that.
We can talk about it off camera.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we've got the beautiful Mari.
Yes, whose VA will also be at Kawakan.
Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah.
We just found that out of last video, so... which we'll be at in February. It's the only show we're at in February, which is fine. February is it's like a off season.
February is for lovers, not conventions.
It is funny. There were some conventions that did happen on Valentine's weekend, so some people did Valentine's themed merch or exclusives for
cosplays.
That as well. So it was fun. I remember a few of those. Those were pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, Valentine's month and all that. It's also a short month, and it's not good here in Texas because that's when everything freezes over usually.
Yeah, it actually gets colder than December or January normally.
Yeah, right now I think yesterday it was like 80 out.
Yeah, it was. It felt much colder when I went to walk today.
Yeah, and we're recording this, by the way, in January. Yesterday was I believe the
11th.
11th, yeah.
The 11th.
So yeah, that was about 70 to 80. Yeah, that yesterday. Today it's about 30 to 50.
Yeah, it says 47 on my taskbar right now.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a high of 50 something and a low of 32.
I would believe that. Welcome to Texas.
Welcome everything.
This is every season that isn't summer. Doesn't make sense. Summer, hot all the way through. That's it. You wake up, you go to sleep, you know it's gonna be hot.
Yeah.
After that. No clue.
Well, it was weird because May wasn't hot. It wasn't hot until June.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess I don't remember. But
no, May was pretty randomly, mild.
Does May count as the summer? Is that the end of spring?
Yeah.
I don't remember how the weird things fall.
Technically, June is when actual summer starts, but May is usually when summer starts here in Texas.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, usually May is when it starts getting really hot, but this year it was not the case.
Gotcha. Speaking of hot. Let's get this video started. Now.
Getting all the small talk out of the way. How's the weather going?
Yeah, right. You got to. Ii tenki desu ne.
Yeah. It's doing great.
That's one of the first things you learn in Japanese class.
Yeah.
It's oh, nice weather, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just use that on your... the next person you meet at all. At the cashier, just say that to them. Yeah. Just do it. Impress them.
Ii tenki desu ne.
Yeah. Ii tenki desu ne. Yeah. Done. That's it. That's my Japanese for this video.
Yeah.
I really like the face you have on this, because this character always has a mischievous kind of... Yeah, it's because they have the cat upturned lips. Yeah.
Yeah.
So...
And their eyebrows are always up, they're...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they always have that look of I know something's up.
Something suspicious, yeah.
Very suspicious face. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very mischievous.
Yes, mischievous. That's the perfect word for them. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
this character we were talking about in the actual long form video, this about how they just don't make any sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like them, but they're very I need to reread the wiki article about all their development.
Yeah.
The original sketches of them, they look almost like any other generic Ava girl, which is really funny.
Yeah.
So they went back, and originally she was going to have a parasol since she was British.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you ever have to draw her again, just draw her with that, you know?
But yeah, it's very bizarre. I actually don't expect ever to draw this character again. She's not, I don't remember her being very well received.
Yeah, I'm not sure. She has plenty of merch, so...
Yeah.
But, I mean...
I just remember most people complain about her. Just because she exists and doesn't do anything.
Oh, I liked her. I thought she was fun.
Oh, I'm just talking about, like, the average person online is always, like, I'm like, anytime I see any discourse, it's usually about this character.
Got it.
When it comes to Ava. It's never about Asuka. It's never about Asuka.
No, because she's exactly who Shinji needs.
Yeah. Perfect character.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no discourse about Rei, Kaworu, and all that jazz. It's just always Mari.
That's interesting. I don't go look for discourse much.
No,
I look for merch, I guess.
No, it's not like I'm not looking for it either. It's just that it's like, oh, you look up Ava when you're going to go like look for reference, and that's legit the only thing you see.
Okay, now I get you.
Because like look up Masato now. Like Masato, everyone jokes / I don't know if they're joking. Talks about how she's a groomer for Shinji because of the one scene in the end of Evangelion.
Yeah.
And like. Yeah, I guess, but like at the same time, it's like I don't know, like Makima is like way worse.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But that's the problem is those you see it and you're like comparing her to Makima, and you're like, these are like not the same.
Yeah, not the same at all.
But sure, everything's the same when you just put them next to each other.
That's how the internet works.
Yeah, but it was really weird because again, that's basically the only things I see whenever I looked up reference for any of my characters and things like that with this stuff. Was everyone was just I don't like Maki, but not Maki. I don't like Mari, and they're like, oh, this is why, and it's always like like. She doesn't do anything. She makes no sense, and this la-di-da.
Mm-hmm.
But like, no, I think she's fine. I
don't have an issue with her.
No, I think she adds some stuff to mostly to the final film.
Yeah.
But again, like it's probably also because the stuff that she adds in the final film isn't what people were theorizing. Therefore, it's going to be bad.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's like when everyone like has fan theories for like One Piece or something.
Yeah, someone's going to be mad because their fan theory isn't canon. Yeah, it's always like that.
Yeah, it's like whenever Sasuke and Naruto didn't get together.
Yeah, right. Or even just the Narusaku fans.
Yeah,
just like they're like, why would he get with Hinata? It's just like. She's a real character? I don't know. You know?
She exists. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's Kishimoto. So.
Kishimoto had definitely wanted that to happen, like, way before any of this. Like, it was pretty obvious.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It was like with the people who got mad that Rukia and Ichigo didn't get together.
Yeah.
When it was like, pretty sure it was a Rukia Renji thing, like, from the beginning.
Yeah, right.
Sure, man, go off.
Like, why not, you know?
People have their crack ships. All that. Like, look, man.
I live in a clock tower.
Yeah. It is funny, though, because talking about Bleach in particular, because all of the relationships in that one are painful. Because, like, Gin and Rangaku, Gin gets killed.
I'm done with the sketch there.
What was it? It's not like a real, like, ship, but it was a relationship that kind of, like, was brought up and then immediately ended with Unohana and Kenpachi.
Yeah,
where it was like brought up that they had wanted to fight each other for so long and wanted to keep it continually go on for forever, but they couldn't. And you're like, man, he really knows how to make it hurt. Good for him. But yeah, no. The discourse online is usually just people mad about their fan theories not being correct, is what I'm noticing at least.
That's true. I'll give you that.
With the patterns, at least with this particular character. Okay. And then all of a sudden learning what the word groomer is
God.
For Misato.
Yeah.
Which, sure.
Right. Well, that's now in the right-wing words that mean nothing dictionary, so
pretty much.
You can throw it in there with woke, you know. So...
It was very bizarre. Again, when you go look up reference, you're just, I just need reference for this character. And then all of a sudden, the first, few things are like, why Masato is
why Masato is evil.
It's problematic, you know? It's like, and it's usually a review by some, 40-year-old white guy in a, basement. The typical people that do the reviews that everyone he's really insightful. But again, Mari's a fine character. I don't know if I don't like hate her. I just think that there's a lot of things that I would like to know a bit more about in terms of what they're up to.
I would agree. I feel like they were left a little unexplained, like just a smidge too much. Give me like 10% more what they were up to, because I would have liked maybe just a little bit more clarification on the whole thing with like they were there in the past with Gendo and I just forgot the mom's name.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Look, plot device. Ray. Just call her Ray.
Yeah,
that's who Ray is.
So,
but
with like the making the Evangelions and stuff.
Yeah. So and it's also like kind of meant to be, like vague. And you're supposed to infer that because they mentioned the Curse of the Eva in the third movie, and then
apparently there's a character in the manga that has like the similar name and the same look.
Yes, so, I do recall them. Yeah, they did it. I do remember that.
But I believe they're not supposed to be the same character.
They're not. No,
so
they're just there.
Yeah,
they were just some rando character that was kind of thrown in for a
and they went back to this character
particular scene.
For this to make her.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, again, like no film is without its faults and things like that. Like we talked, I don't know if it was this one or if it was when we were doing the Oscar one where we talked about Licorice Recoil and how it's like it's good but it has its flaws.
Yeah.
I feel like you shouldn't be very blind in your love of something. You should be like love it, but also understand when there are things that are problematic about it.
Yeah, because generally you're supposed to like love something like, I guess, in spite of its faults or something. I don't know the terminology people normally use, but you're not blind to the faults.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it has a flaw,
Yeah.
It's like when you love a person. Like, human beings have flaws, but, you can still love them if, I guess, their flaws aren't too insane.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, terms and conditions.
Asterisks, terms and conditions. I'm not the most... I understand this stuff scholarly.
Yeah.
So.
But like with this the rebuild films, like if someone was to come up to me and tell me that they didn't like the rebuild films, and they said the reason they didn't like it was because of X, Y, or Z reason, or like the convoluted storytelling that is Evangelion, or they just didn't like the mechs, because like there's that one guy who always comes up by the booth and talks for a little bit too long. Cosplaying as like Jet and things like that.
I think I know what you're talking about. Oh yeah,
because he was talking about how he didn't like Ava because it was just on a suicide note, and you're like, you talk to that guy and you're like, well, you probably just didn't get the message for that particular person. But like, if someone was to tell me, it's like, I didn't like the storytelling, I don't like the mech designs, I don't like the fact that these are kids and we're supposed to sexualize them and things like that. Because that's how like all the merch is for them. You talk about like that kind of stuff, and you're like, yeah, those are reasonable takes. But like the weird one where it's like, this is just on a suicide note.
Some people,
and you're like, that doesn't make any sense because you watch it and you read it and you're like, no, this is a hopeful message.
Yeah, that's really not the message, but it's cool.
It's not End of Evangelion. I think is not a hopeful message, but. Maybe it kind of really depends on where you're looking, but I would argue that one is a bit more bleak.
Yeah, definitely.
But you get like but that was more in reaction to the actual end of the show. So again, like the nuances.
Oh, something I noticed while you were doing this, and I was like thinking about it. I was like, her hair ends up being purple, and I was like, I thought her hair was brown. But I looked that up, and the picture you're referencing, and her early concept stuff has her with purple hair.
Yeah.
Which I actually kind of like better.
Yeah, and in the anime, too, it's kind of, depends on the lighting.
Yeah, it has a little bit of it in it.
It's because of the highlights in it and things like that. But yeah, it's mostly purple.
But I actually kind of like it with the more purple, like the other illustrations.
Yeah, which, again, it's because brown's kind of boring and it doesn't really go well with the pink. So.
I figured it was artistic reasoning as well as just like this is the version you were going off of, because you do that, you pick whatever version of something you like.
Yeah.
And if someone doesn't like it, they can pay you to draw another one.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Honestly, this is probably going to be the one that stays in the bin the longest. Or, you know...
I would laugh if this just sold, like, so quick.
Yeah, I would
Because someone's like, dude, they never have merch for my girl here.
Yeah, again, though, I'm leaning towards that this is going to be in the bin at the end of the year.
So...
Which is a shame. But at the same time, I'm going to be a bit realistic with that one because... Again, as I said, everything I've ever saw while trying to look up reference for this character was the problems with Mari.
I think
Why is Mari here?
I think we'll know real quick if it's like the first con and someone just looks and they're like, I fucking hate this bitch. You know?
Yeah.
Like, that'll be a dead giveaway.
Honestly, though, I don't imagine them saying, I fucking hate this bitch for this character. They'll be like, man, what a waste of a character is probably what I would hear someone say.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the more...
That's the reasonable...
Right, yeah. Like, I can't imagine... I would only imagine someone walking up and saying, this girl should have died because she got in the way of Kaoru and Shinji getting together.
Oh, no.
That's about it. You know?
Oh, no.
That's the only...
The shipper death logic.
Yeah, it's rock all over again.
Oh, no. They do have a pink outfit, so,
yeah.
you know. Oh, God.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
It's not looking good now.
Yeah.
Watch out for those shippers, chat.
Some of them are wild, man.
Yeah, right.
She needs to die. She's getting in the way of my ships of Bakugo and Deku.
The worst thing is, like, I'm pretty sure that lady was, like, our age.
Was she?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
No, I'm pretty sure that lady was, like, our age.
All I can remember of their face is pixelations. Like, you know, just... Not even what they even looked like shape-wise. It was just, like...
It's like they're mosaiced out, like in an interview, to protect the witnesses.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I got for them in terms of what they looked like, what their design was.
I can tell you they weren't a teenager. Yeah. That's for sure.
I feel like it was a teenager, but...
It definitely was not a teenager.
It sounds like a teenager.
Oh, it sounds like it.
I'm
pretty sure they were, like, somewhere between, like, our age and Devin's age.
Yeah, either way.
At the time.
I know cringe culture is dead and all that, but, like, bro, like, calm down. Like,
yeah, right.
It's fucking a cartoon character. Like,
yeah, what the hell?
Like, I will say, though, I say that, but in the same breath, I'm about to say, like, don't ship those two. That's, like, sure, Bakugo gets better, but, like, nah. Sure, Bakugo's better Sasuke, but, like, nah, man. Like, that's a little much.
Mm-hmm.
Like, again... The only people who should be doing enemies to lovers is Jane Austen.
I love that.
And that's about it.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Cancel me online for this, please, but Baku Deku is a toxic ship and you should never do it.
It's true.
It's also weird, too. That reminds me of that one at IkiCon we were at, which, segue, we're going to be at IkiCon this year.
Yes, we'll be at IkiCon, if you didn't hear from the last videos.
January, at the end of the month.
In Round Rock.
Yeah.
It's going to be the 20th through the 22nd.
Yeah, if the video manages to make it up before we are there, come see us. Mm-hmm. And if not, see us at KawaCon at the end of February.
Yeah.
It's
San Antonio.
A 2-day show in San Antonio at the usual George R. Brown Convention Center. Mm-hmm. That one person at IkiCon who came up by the booth and was talking about, like, because I had a picture of the entire Class 1A.
I remember this.
And they asked me if I shipped Bakugo and Kirishima because I had... them interacting in the photo.
They were next to each other interacting.
Because they actually have a lot of screen time together and play off of each other, in a way that is, usual dynamic of characters. And I was like, not really. It's not really. This is not one of those series that I was caring to ship anybody with.
Yeah.
Not just because they're kids, but because they're, not a series I cared about in that regard. Oh, I guess we're getting to the end of the video.
Yeah, that looks nice, though. Look at that.
We'll let it finish, and then we'll finish that statement or finish that anecdote.
Yeah, right. I don't know why I kept this part here on the end. Oops. Well,
yeah, here we are.
Yeah. Right. Oh well. You guys get some extra phone action there.
Yeah, right. Me putting away the.
This is what happens when you do it at 4 a.m. Well, it wasn't 4 a.m., but
Either way, but yeah. So long story short, with the particular individual that was. Being weird about it.
Yeah, I do remember that conversation.
Because it was weird just only because they started talking about shipping in My Hero, and then all of a sudden a bunch of people started coming to the booth talking about ships in My Hero, and then all of a sudden became a live discourse server, sort of thing. You go onto your social medias and there's just discourse about who should be with each other.
Rando number 1 has entered the chat.
Yeah,
and Rando number 3 has entered the chat.
And they're all talking about and arguing about who should get together in My Hero and what ships. And it makes me think of that incident in Anime Expo where the creator came and showed up and people were asking him what his ships were, and he didn't quite understand. Thank the Lord. They didn't bother translating it, I don't think, either. But
no, and they were booed. That person was booed.
They were booed.
Luckily,
yes. Good, because it is a waste of a question. Because it's not a ship with the writers doing it. It's just the canon. And I'm gonna be so excited for when My Hero ends, and everyone's gonna be mad that Deku and Uraraka get together.
Yeah.
And they're like, it doesn't make any sense. No, it's terrible.
Let me show you my 87-slide PowerPoint on why this shouldn't have happened,
and why that Horikoshi is misogynistic, and is anti-homophobic, and this was queer baited.
Yeah.
Look, guys, none of that is actually what happened. It's not that at all. Calm down. It's calm down. It's not Voltron. It's just a kid's show for Japanese children. And you've latched onto it because it's given you an identity and you've found friends in it, and that's good stuff. But look, it's not like it's bad for the reasons that you're talking about. It's bad for a multitude of other reasons. Yeah. And those reasons are usually a bit more rooted in hey, basic
narrative structure,
basic storytelling,
character
development, things like that. But that's a whole nother video. So we're going to end it here. And thank you all for watching. And thank you to our lovely patrons who have made this possible.
Yeah, big shout outs to Allison, Sam, Lexi, and of course Ed. You can see them on the screen at the end there. If you want to get your name there, drop by Patreon. Pay us $1.
Yep, $1 a month will help feed a starving artist.
It's true. You get to see this video and everything else faster than anyone else in the world. Yeah. Unless your fellow patrons beat you to it. In which case, I don't know, you can try to speedrun.
Yeah.
You can race them all now.
Yeah.
That's what the comments are for. Type first in the comments section, as always, is tradition.
Hit those notifications. Subscribe to the YouTube. That way you can also get,
That's true.
Alerted every time we
if the bell is still there.
Yeah. Hit that bell,
All right.
Rate, comment, subscribe. And with that, Annie.
Adieu.